Hey there, folks. It's 10:38 a.m. Tuesday, August 16th, 2016. 61. 16 backwards, or actually forwards for reading numerology. Intuition of the self. Got a late start going today. I have no problem talking. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. I have no problem talking with spirit. It's easier than it's ever been. But looking at things when I see them, I'm not paying. I'm not caring, and I'm not trying hard to see a lot. I'm not concerned about it. I know things are about to be handled. I was literally just jolted the hell out of the inside of my head. She put some energy in right here, but it's like taking her energy and smacking something in there. Lily and Hour's energy, my own energy out of the body, has been changing my conscious mind and, shutting my body down. But anyway, like I was thinking, I don't even remember if I said this is why I'm not doing consults anymore. I can't. That's over. Those of you that have called asking for it, sorry. I can't. It looks like today I'll finish everything up with the stuff I have to do for my lawyers. Rewrite my will one last time. I'm going to do it with this same law firm that I have that's doing all my litigation work. The one regarding my parents' will in my house, and then dealing with Michelle, and then about to deal with Karen. Have another new lawyer just joined the family. She's cool. Very strong. But anyway, damn. Lily's making hard, aggressive changes to my brain, and that's why it hits me so damn hard. Anyway, a couple days ago, the same time, it was about 2-3 days ago, I don't know, about the same time I was seeing something going on with the Drachk ship splitting up. I think it was the day before that. It was the day before I saw stuff going on with the Drachk ship. I started to see some chemtrails coming back. And I didn't, I know it's no issue. I know it's going to be stopped permanently. I know certain things are going to happen just as sure as I know I'm sitting here. But I saw some chemtrails come back outside the house, and I'm like, okay. And I got that I was going to see it in a couple of days. 2-3 days. And then the next day is when I saw the Drachk ship separating. Then did a video on it. If you go back to that video, I told you that I saw the inside of the ship, and then I saw this energy going all the way through it. Honestly, I didn't care enough to look. It was kind of lazy on my part. I have other things that are more important, I'm sorry, to deal with. What's important is for me to get out of here. And so I saw this weird energy going through the ship, and then I saw it separate, and I said, well, maybe it's some way they hold it together. Who cares? Don't want to know. It's like when I have done my consults and I find things out for you and tell you stuff I should know. I'm in your head. I can go in there and grab something if I really need it, but I long time ago trained myself to just ignore everything that's not important to you immediately, or that you don't ask about. It's none of my business. And because of that, I don't care about it unless if I care about it, then it's something I need to tell you about, because it has to do with your safety or something very important in your near future. But what that was, that energy, when the ships pulled apart, before they pulled apart, literally, it's some type of cloaking energy that was going through the ship. Because I can look at the ship, I can see it. But then, with the pineal. But then when I go to see it through the scanner, I see it as like a wave of energy. I still see it, but it's like clear. It's cloaked is what it is. It cloaked itself before it split up. And then this morning I went outside and I saw like 5-6 chemtrails. And there wasn't a whole lot, and they were spread out over time. They did 3 of them at night. And then there were, I guess, 4 of them. Because the 3 of them they were no longer chemtrails, but they were just kind of broken up, and they looked different. The idea of the chemtrails is multi-faceted. It's done for different reasons. One of the biggest parts of it is making it hard for folks to beam on and off the planet. Folks, the Drachk are here. They ain't going. They are not leaving. They are staying right here, right now. They will be with us until the earth gets cleaned up of these Anunnaki. They can't see them. They have no idea the Drachk are here. I told you the Drachk are the original race. They're the oldest. They have the most incredible weapons. The only ones who come close to them are the Antids. So they're playing around with chemtrails now, throwing a little here, a little there, and see what happens. Because as far as they know, the Drachk left. It's kind of like seeing if there's an animal around your house. You throw some food out there and see if it gets gone. See if anything reacts to what you do. Idiots and fools. I've told you 100 times. I don't think little of myself, but I don't think big of myself. I just am. It's like when you hold a book in your hand, you're holding a book in your hand. If it's something you've been waiting to buy for about 10 years, I guess that's pretty exciting, but otherwise it's information. It's a book. Maybe it's enjoyment. It's a book. If you could have a fork, you could have a piece of paper, a balloon. But I look at people, because I am different and I'm outside of any kind of normal life, I see things for what they are, very simple. And when you don't have emotional attachment, when that base chakra is kept down, I put out a video about that thing lately. It's like a cancer for your when that thing gets involved, it messes up your whole core energy. So the idea is for it not to. Not, you have to separate emotion, but it just, the more you wake up, the easier it is to do. A lot of you work on feeling, utilizing, and manipulating. By manipulating, I mean engage and release and stuff, and working with your different energy fields or chakras in your body. I think that's awesome. I've never done that. I've never been able to do that. My core is very strong, and I've been attacked just constantly. Again, this morning, it's crazy. Anyway, but as I'm looking at people, man, I'm telling you, I just don't get it. I can see something and understand how and why it happens, and it's been such a habit for everyone for so long, because creation was literally run on abuse and arrogance. Negative thought concept, whether or not the energy was negative. And I just see this basic desire for money, power, attention, self. That is in no way any part of me. To me, it's foreign. It's kind of funny. I want to do so much more than I can. But this life, I've done everything I could for it. Everything. And I'm leaving. Even with the money that was charged for my consultations and crank-ups and stuff, I'll be leaving here with next to nothing, and it all goes to Paul and Deanna, and I'm helping other people out too, Anne. They need to be here. It's not just helping them. By helping them, they're going to be helping you when I'm gone. Of course, I'll be helping you too. This body's leaving, I'm not. So I couldn't do what I wanted to, but I did all I could do. For me, I guess that's a successful life. I don't know. But this thing, money's a tool. This thing for people with the money, I don't understand. There's all these quote-unquote psychics out there too. I'm not a ton of them, but they're out there. You charge $1,000 to $1,500 an hour to talk to you. Just to talk to you. Whatever. There's this rat race for everyone to make more money. They want to have more than someone else. They feel it empowers them. They want, excuse me, they want to feel like they control stuff. Greed, arrogance. I understand how it got this way, but it's not going to stay that way. It's just that people that are like that, you can't just, unless they're really causing issues on a large scale, you can't just go around killing them. They will be removed. The bad ones right away. Animals are going real quick. You'll see that very fast. Yeah, okay. I was hesitating saying something, and Lily said yes. Tell them. Folks, you're going to start seeing a lot more ships. Someone was being stupid in a ship. Damn, excuse me, folks. Sorry about that. I'm not trying to turn anyone's stomach. I couldn't see that coming, or I would have turned the mic off. My bacteria's being, mutated. Anyway, they were trying to be stupid. And then, out of nowhere, all of a sudden they got hit with an energy beam. The actual aura that it produces is orange. But it looks like a white light as far as physically. But the aura coming off of it, that energy is actually orange. And it just disabled, took out the drive system. It's all safety protocols were abandoned. What that means is that they had no way to protect themselves. Have an issue with life support, so they're going to have to do something and tow the ship off. But they never even saw it coming. This beam came out of nowhere. Folks, it was a Drachk ship. The people were being stupid. They were gearing up for fighting. Folks, the Drachk are not leaving. You will see them. But you'll find a bunch of these... Whoa! Sorry. You'll see a bunch of these Anunnaki first. Lily's about to piss me off. She's anxious for this stuff to be done. She's like not waiting anymore, and it's right. Folks, ready or not, you're gonna find out how cool you are and what you can do, and things are gonna change. Imagine buying a house, okay? Imagine buying a house that sells for $120,000, and when you finish paying the interest, you pay about $140,000 over, say, a 20-year rate instead of $800,000. Where does that money go to? It goes to jolly old England, to one of the top. At least they consider themselves the top Anunnaki house. That's where it all goes. The way law is set up over there in England, United Kingdom, they have rights to land over here where they still own it, and they can do what they can charge whatever they want. So that's where the interest goes. The interest goes right to the Anunnaki, over 80% of it. Over 80% of the interest. It's amazing. That was stopped. That was held off before the end of our winning our independence. And somebody just hooked it up again. The Anunnaki are wonderful people. The ones here are very problematic. If the Anunnaki government could get a hold of, the councils, the form of government, if they could get a hold of the Anunnaki here on this planet, they'd all be killed immediately. They have very powerful weapons. They have particle beams that cut through you, cauterize you. They're not the only ones that have it, but they use those things for surgery, all kinds of stuff. I mean, they're very intelligent, caring, compassionate people, but they're serious. They'll help you, but don't smack one in the face. That's kind of stupid. Of course, that hurt the hell out of your hand. You'll see, folks. I mean, there's a main event coming soon. You're gonna see it. And the whole idea behind that is not whoopee Whoopi J said it. The whole idea behind that is, Whoopi, you look. Look at what's going on. Look what you've been going through. Look what your environment really is. Learn, see, understand. The reason why I want you to know that I know what I know is so that you'll read the books and find out what's going on, who you are, how things got to be this way. This is about y'all. You've seen them 100 times, just see them again. And it ain't stopping. Boom. These 2 books tell you exactly what's going on. How the first being came into being. What type of spirit was out there in the beginning. What kind of spirit's out there now. If you want to read that book, you'll find out about a few of the players out in space, but not many. Okay, there's trillions of planets with life on them. Every planet's a little bit different. A lot of folks are very humanoid like us. Or we're like them, we should say, because they were here first. Excuse me. A lot of them are not, but there's so many. You know, we think about color of skin on a planet, our bodies being a little different, coming from one part of the world from another. That's a joke. When you have, when you have human bodies, physical bodies maintaining human essence, souls, fey souls, all the stuff, and they're insectoid, reptilian, like fish, amphibious, this type of human, combinations of it, serpoians, people whose bodies have adapted over the years from the amount of intense radiation that they have coming from one or multiple suns. So their bodies have adapted. But when the bodies were first made there, because the suns were there already, they were made to deal with it. That's what the Adams and Eves looked like on that planet. They were made to live with the planet. I mean, it's a simple concept. We're all family because we came from the same first being that made itself. The first thing it did is split into male and female, okay? It split into 2 slightly different parts so that it'd have company because it was lonely. But from that, everything grew. They made other beings, and then the beings started having lives in other planets. How was the universe built? Book number 1. Takes seconds. So anyway, excuse me. A lot of people think that what's going on in space, the quote-unquote secret space program here on Earth, talking about the energy fields in a body, they think these are separate fields. Folks, they're not. This is all one thing. If you notice, I talk about everything. There's a reason for that. Or everything that's important to you. That's what it is. It's real, and it all comes together. That's one of the things I've tried to show you. It's all part of the same thing. The coolest thing in the world. You. It's very simple. It's you and us. The more you become awake and aware of things, the more you awaken and become aware of things, the more you realize there's other people struggling to do the same thing. Some more awake than others. Some at young, some old, doesn't matter. It's happening for a reason. Excuse me. It's time for everyone that wants to wake up, that has the ability to start seeing things, become more aware of what's happening. And you'll find, it all fits in. This thing with abductions, oh, there's about to be there's about to be a heavy price to be paid for that. Okay? It's not too much longer from now. The Drachk are going to get heavily involved. Damn it, Lily, cut it out. The Drachk are going to get incredibly involved in what's going on here. They're the oldest. Excuse me, they're the oldest. Their intelligence is even more than the antids, but it's when you get that smart, it's kind of silly to say, especially compared to us. So many of you, like I was until it just came to be, till I woke up enough, aren't even aware of what's really going on and the fact that we're actually prisoners. We're like that on this planet, and there's so many prisoners, thousands of prisoners from other planets here. There's six different groups of prisoners, worker prisoners, on this planet. Actually, you can say there's 8 total. The way it's all the way you divide it as far as how you count it. It's like percentages. Anyway, all that's going to come out, so you'll know what's been going on here. Why your life is as hard as it is in the physical world, physical realm, as we like to say, third dimension. It's because it's all being run on the second dimension, the one right above us, and the one above that, so to speak. Remember, each time you go up, it's a slightly higher frequency. Okay? And then there's the first dimension, which is actually buried in something else, and we're not going there. There's just the first dimension, then a second, a third, and then in different areas, there's multiple dimensions in and around there. Saturn has, the 9th dimension's got stuff going on in Saturn right now. It's got 23 dimensions right around it. Folks, your all's life is about to change. Good herky, honey. You gonna come down here? Is that okay? You want a new sheet? That one's about 3 days old. You want a new sheet? Okay. I'll put one on there in just a little bit, sweetie. It's kind of funny. Everyone will be talking about it. I'm going, Herky. I'm trying to hurry, buddy. You want a snack? What do you smell? There's nothing here but my coffee, buddy. Yeah, I love you. Yes, I do. You right, buddy? China wants me to hurry. Go downstairs. Herky spends a lot of time sleeping. I understand that. Let's see. Uh, 2037 is going to be a strong year here. 2028 is going to be a big year. That's going to be very eventful with our family in space. In 1922, 1923, first 1922, November, December 11th. And then in the 1923. We had the end of 22 to the beginning of 23. We had like 6 different crashes, 6 different crashes around here, on the United States of America soil, and that's funny. What the United States considers its soil, it's really Gaia's. Anyway, and where we met Sepoians, and they were half dead and everything, and by typical humane, earthen human action, we imprisoned them and tortured them and everything, you know. Your military and your governments, incredible, aren't they? So disgusting. Anyway, 1926, we had our first treaty signed and delivered and everything between ourselves and the Sepoians. And there were some others that were coming into it when that happened. And then there was another treaty made. Russia was dealing with it. Germany was dealing with some of them near the end of the war. So, World War II. So, there's so many governments. The big players have been involved with folks from different planets. These other folks from other planets, they're being removed permanently. The governments here, the people in the governments that have been dealing with these idiots, they're going to be removed, or the heads are going to pop. Hearts exploding and heads popping. Brains just go like a major aneurysm. Cellular decay in the all those various veins and stuff in the head, part of the brain tissue starting to rot. Some of them real hard, and blood comes out eyes, nose, and ears and stuff. The United States Congress, the Parliament, they're going to go nuts, trying to find a way to defend themselves, to declare a state of emergency. People are just not going to go for it. And sooner or later, the people pulling everyone's strings in the governments, they're going to have theirs yanked. And then there they go. Wow. That's gross. There's this one group of rich businessmen and some government type leaders and stuff. They're from different countries and literally escaping in 2 ships, landing somewhere and actually getting eaten. That's wild. That's November of this year. They're going to think they made it safe, and then they get eaten. They made it safely to the plate. We've always been taught that everything in space is coming to get us, all the horror movies. This thing about the Walking Dead and stuff and vampires, that's such a joke. Movies to create turmoil for people to stay twisted in. Personal taste, whatever it is, you know, but that's the function of it. That's what it's for. Stephen King, 87% negative. Extremely high aggressive reptilian DNA. When you have something that negative and something that aggressive, issues. That's where he got his stuff for the horror stories he writes. There's going to be a little bit of an overkill. Getting rid of what's negative and aggressively negative here right away. Then it'll calm down. There's arguing going on the other side right now. I'm listening to it. Things are about to get together over there. Just not quite yet. Another couple days I'll be sending... I love you, Herky. I'm coming, honey. Another couple days I'll be sending out tracking numbers to everybody, sending everything out. You can tell I feel rough. I don't feel good, and that I am fading. If you can see energy, but it doesn't, or if you have physical eyes, I'll be cranked up as much as I need to get everything out. Don't be concerned about that, and I've still got some time. I got to stay here. So the next 2 weeks for me is going to be very interesting. So anyway, the hell with me. Trying to find something else I know I can talk about in space. Wow. Here on the Earth, governments, bureaus getting a little desperate, turning against each other. There's one group, one part of the NSA, where they travel off planet and everything. It's like they're getting ready to actually do something, arming up and everything else. And then there's a faction of the actual soldiers, warriors, whatever you want to call them. They're about to make a change of their own. They're saying that's enough of this crap. They use us like monkeys or lab rats, is what they think in their heads. Things are going to be made to happen, folks, one way and the other, but the big stuff is going to happen through control on the other side. To finally get to the point where y'all can be free to do what you want. Well, pretty much. As long as you're not aggressive and abusive. I'm coming, Herky. You want to go downstairs? You want to go downstairs? Okay. You want to get something to eat? No? Okay, we'll go downstairs, buddy. Anyway, folks, love you. There's a lot of stuff happening, folks. Things are about to just literally open, wide open. There's a main event coming. I said there would be, but I'm actually seeing it being put together. And there's going to be some aggression on the planet, literally shooting into the atmosphere. And they're not shooting missiles. That's around the Pacific. All I can see is a red particle beam. It's a particle beam. A red particle beam. Something about the ocean. There are some black ships. They're run by the NSA, by their black ops. You know, you can call them MIB, whatever you want. I call them chumps. There's ships and submarines. But then they have their, you know, their little shuttlecraft, and they have an advanced model now. The Anunnaki here on the planet had to give it to them so the Anunnaki could throw the governments out into space a little further to, I guess, get beat up, blown up to try to protect them. The things here on the planet, they're going to start folding and tearing into each other. But over the Pacific, you're going to see shots coming off, particle beams being shot in space. But it's going to be atmosphere. It's not going to be much into space. It'll be coming off of some of these ships. Submarines can do that too. But the submarines, they're going to be staying hidden. They need them to protect the underground bases. The underwater bases. Especially the California coast, where the portals are, where they go in and out, where they go into the ocean from the landmass, from America. They come out at the cliffs. Anyway, y'all are here and body at a good time. We're about to get this party started. All right, Lily. Folks, I love you, man. Have a good one.